cannot believe how fast time has gone by. It was 2 years ago when the best team series debated in 2016 with the best team for Johto. It was the first best team that was made and it did well for you guys. You guys loved the idea. I can't believe that I'm actually going to be doing a best team for my favorite games of all time and my favorite starter of all time. Chikorita is so adorable in every way, shape, and form. Today, we are back for the best team for Johto, and the team we're going to be making it is going to be revolving around Meganium. I have loved Meganium for as long as I can remember, and I am super stoked to get this going. Before we create this team though, there are some guidelines that I follow for the creation of any best team. For starters, this is a team specifically for building around Meganium to ensure that you, the trainer, has a safe journey through Johto. Meganium, as much as I love it, is unfortunately the worst starter in Johto. This team is designed to do the best against the Gym Leaders, Rival, Elite Four, Team Rocket, and even Red. I create the best possible movesets for each individual Pokemon on the team as well. When making these movesets, I don't include egg moves and tutor moves unless the tutor moves are accessible before the end of the game. However, I do use TM moves. Oh, and one more small thing, I am going to be doing Kanto. Anyways, this is how the best team series works. If you guys are ready, let's start our Gen 2 journey. Starting off, we have our obvious starter being Meganium. As much as I love this starter, as I mentioned earlier, it isn't exactly the best starter in the world. Grass Pokemon just don't do all that well on a Johto playthrough, and Meganium doesn't really have much offensive power. So we're going to use more of a utility set for Meganium. Meganium gets moves like Light Screen, Reflect, Synthesis, and so much more. Nonetheless, we will be using moves like that with a little bit of offensive power. Meganium can get a little more powerful though if you talk to an NPC south of Violet City. He gives you a Miracle Seed which powers up grass type attacks. For Meganium's moveset, I'm going to be giving it Razor Leaf for stab, Reflect, Light Screen, and then Body Slam at level 31. Early on, use Poison Powder and then replace it with Body Slam later on. You can choose to use Giga Drain or Solar Beam, but the problems with those are Solar Beam only has 10 PP, plus you need Sunny Day if you really want it to work out properly. Giga Drain is in Kanto towards the post game and only has about 5 PP, so Meganium only has one stab being its primary typing of Grass, being Razor Leaf. To make this short and simple, Meganium is great against all your water Pokemon and rock Pokemon, so like Misty, Brock, Will, Chuck's Poliwrath, stuff like that. Use Body Slam if need be in certain situations, and that's pretty much it for Meganium. It's redemption time because this time I get to use the Pokemon I was originally going to use in the best team for Johto, being Fearow. Yep, I apologize to anyone who used Pidgeot in the original best team for Johto. Use this thing. It's way better and gets a lot more move pool variety. Honestly, in my opinion, I feel that Fearow is the best flyer in Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Crobat is great, but it gets way better in the remakes. It's not really all that great for Generation 2. We need a flyer, and Fearow does the job the best. I don't know why Arizo and I didn't put Fearow on the original best team for Johto. In fact, if you want, just use it on the original best team. Go for it. Use the same exact moveset. A moveset for Fearow, eh? Let's keep it simple. Drill Peck, Return, Fly, and Agility / Swift probably. Starting off, Spearow will have Peck. Just use that until you get Drill Peck. The TM for Return can be found in the Goldenrod department store. Swift can be found in Union Cave. Use Swift until you get Return. We also need Fly, and that is obtainable after you beat Chuck. Talk to his wife in front of the gym, and she will literally give you the HM for it. The last slot is up to you, and either choosing Agility or Swift. Swift is great because it never misses, and if you want to use Agility, go for it. Basically, just keep Swift on it, and then if you want to change it to Agility later on, you can. It can raise your speed by 2 stages if you do decide to use Agility though. Fearow may be a flyer, but it can dent some hits in a lot of trainers' teams throughout Kanto. Don't underestimate it. Fearow is also your Bugsy check for sure, but it can also be used against Chuck's team, Ariana's Vileplume, Will's Executor, Koga's Bug types, Bruno's Fighting types, Karen's Vileplume, Erica's team, Janine's Bug types, Blue's Executor, and Red's Venusaur. For our next Pokemon, I would like to welcome a new best team member being Slowbro. Slowpoke can be captured in the Slowpoke Swell in Azalea Town. Slowpoke starting off is a little bit difficult to level up, but once you evolve it, Slowbro is one of the best water Pokemon in Gold, Silver, and Crystal. This defensive monster is actually very balanced with both its defense stats, and even its special attack stat being a solid 110. There are more water Pokemon for Johto to offer of course, but I feel that Slowbro's typing of water and Psychic just works very well. Psychic typing also does well in the span of Johto of Team Rocket using the majority of Poison type Pokemon. Sure, Slowbro is slow, but doesn't matter when it has defenses like this. It's a great Pokemon, and I think taking this new approach will do well for our best team. So a moveset for Slowbro I think is pretty basic being in terms of typing. Surf and Psychic for stab. Surf you can obtain after you defeat the Kimono Girls in Necrotique City, and Psychic can be learned at level 54 or can be obtained from Mr. Psychic in Saffron City. From until Slowbro gets Psychic though, it will have to use Confusion. To give Confusion a little power though, you could have Slowbro hold a Twisted Spoon, but the process of getting one of those can be rather tedious. Ice Punch Punch is obvious for coverage, and for the last move you can use Shadow Ball, which can be received from Morty. Ice Punch can be obtained from the Goldenrod department store. I think Slowbro's moveset takes some of the best TMs you can get within Generation 2 and mixes them well together. It's got a solid move pool, and for a defensive Pokemon, it may actually be one of your main offensive powers. Slowbro does great against Morty, I would be very careful though, Chuck, Jasmine Steelix, Chuck's Piloswine, Claire's Dragonairs, just be wary of Thunderbolt on one of them. Team Rocket's Poison types aside from Ariane's Vileplume, Silver's Haunter line and Golbat line, Will's Xatu and Exeggutor, Koga's Poison types, Bruno's Fighting types, Karen's Poison types, Lance's entire team, Brock's Water types on neutral to water, Janine, Sabrina, Blaine, Blue's Arcanine and Rhydon, and Red's Charizard and Espeon. That was a lot of people. Also, use Slowbro at your own risk against Erica, but also be wary of the ghost types in this game too, because they are actually pretty fast. After Kanto, you felt homesick, didn't you, buddy? I don't blame you, though. Welcome back, Nidoking. Nidoking, as I always say, and the best name for Kanto series, is a solid choice for anyone looking for an offensive monster with a great move pool. You can obtain Nidoran on Route 35, right above Goldenrod City, and then you can evolve it into Nidorina at level 16. After you evolve it, you may have to wait a bit, though. The first Moonstone you get isn't until you get Surf. You can head east of New Barktown towards Kanto, go in the Tojo Falls, and then head to the left side of the cave. The Moonstone is right there. The power of Nidoking is still great early and late game, pretty much. I think you guys will have fun using it in Johto. For Nidoking's moveset, I think it would do great with Earthquake, Thrash, Thunder Punch, and Ice Punch. Earthquake isn't available until Victory Road, so use Mud Slap until then. Double Kick is also nice to have at this point for Whitney. Thrash is just really powerful, and having some strong normal attacks isn't necessarily a bad thing like I always say. Lastly, we have the two elemental punches for Ice and Thunder. These come in handy for other ground types and water types if Nidoking is brought into a desperate situation. Nidoking with these moves does well against Whitney, Jasmine, Claire's Dragonairs, Koga's Muck, Bruno's Onix, Karen's Houndoom, Silver's Magneton line, Haunter and Kulava, Brock's team, Lieutenant Surge's team, Erica's team, Janine's Weezing, Blaine's team, Blue's Arcanine and Rhydon, the Rocket Executive's Houndoom, and Red's Pikachu, Charizard, and Venusaur. The fifth Pokemon on our team is a brand new newcomer that I thought would never be on the Best Team series. That Pokemon is Scyther, and then later evolving into Scizor. Scyther can be found in the bug catching contest in National Park. I understand that Scyther is a little crazy to add to the list, and Scizor may be a tad hard to get, but I will say it's 100% worth adding it to the team. Scizor is only weak to one typing, being Fire, and Steel typing in Generation 2 has a lot of resistances. Scizor can also be obtained around the time you get to Ecruteak City. You can farm Metal Coats from the Magnemite on routes 38 and 39. It will take a while, but I think it's worth it in the long run. You can then evolve it using either a second DS or a friend who's willing to help you trade it. If you're on a ROM, then there are other ways to evolve it, just look it up. It's really simple to do. As I was saying earlier, Scizor has a lot of resistances including Ghost, Dark, and Psychic types. Quite a few important trainers in this game have these typings, and Scizor does a great job of blocking these out. You may argue, yeah, we have a flying type with Fearow, and I get it, yes, but once Scyther evolves, its flying typing is gone. Just trust me, Scizor will come in handy. A moveset for Scyther and Scizor is sort of limited, but we can make it work. Those moves are Wing Attack, Steel Wing, Fury Cutter, and Slash. Wing Attack for Stab with Scyther, Steel Wing for Stab when it evolves, Fury Cutter Stab, and Slash because who doesn't like crits and 70 base power for a normal type attack? So by the time you actually obtain Scizor, it mainly does well against trainers like Will, Sabrina, Morty if you can block out the Shadow Balls, Karen's team more or less, Blue's Exeggutor, etc. I didn't want to list too many trainers because Scizor can be used for almost any battle because of its typing. Have fun and let me know how it works for you guys in the comments below. The last Pokemon on our team is actually going to be Magmar. I'm pretty sure I have never had Magmar on the best team before, but I know it's an amazing choice. Johto is very different with Fire Pokemon. Fire Pokemon thrive here, that's why Cyndaquil was the best starter. Arcanine and Ninetales are other options too, but I'm not going to try to make this into a version exclusive team. Magmar is fast and has great special attack. Its move pool is also really nice and can get moves like Thunder Punch. Oh yeah, plus those moves are special in this generation. I forgot to mention that earlier, but I'm pretty sure the majority of you guys knew that. But yeah, Magmar is a very good fire type. If you're playing Crystal though, the earliest way to obtain Magmar is through the odd egg from the Daycare Man, and if you're lucky enough, you can even get a shiny Magby out of it. So yeah, Magmar is actually a very fast and very hard-hitting fire type Pokemon. Hopefully it works out well for you guys. So for moves on Magmar, I think it would be great with Flamethrower, Thunder Punch, Headbutt, and Confuse Ray. Flamethrower for obvious reasons, Thunder Punch for coverage, Headbutt because filler and it's fun to flinch, also because having normal attacks is not a bad thing. Confuse Ray because why not, and confusing enemies comes in a lot of handy. With these moves, Magmar does well against Jasmine, Price's Piloswine, Will's Exeggutor, Koga's Bug types, Karen's Vileplume, Silver's Sneasel, Ariana's Vileplume, Erica, Janine's Bug types, Blue's Exeggutor, and Red's Venusaur. Well, that pretty much wraps up the best team for Johto Meganium Edition. Don't complain because Feraligatr wasn't done first. Don't worry, that one will be getting done very soon within the next 2 weeks. I love the Chikorita line, that's why I did this first. Even though it is the worst Johto starter, I hope you guys will consider using this team and giving Meganium a chance. It really is cute and awesome. If you enjoyed the video, why not leave a like and subscribe to my channel with notifications on, that way you never miss an upload. If you want to support me further, consider following my Twitch, where I stream a lot of Pokemon content like shiny hunting, showdown battles, and even Pokemon and Mr. Dungeon Explorers of Sky speedruns. I am currently in partnership push for Twitch, so if you guys could come down and support, I would love that a lot. Want to support me further and gain cool perks? Check out my Patreon. Fly Jubilee and Daniel Leone did, and I wanted to thank them personally for going above and beyond. It means the world to me. I think I'm gonna wrap this up though. I'm Mr. Umbreon, and I will see you in the future for some more awesome Pokemon content.